The Witcher is a 2007 action role-playing game developed by CD Projekt Red for Microsoft Windows and CD Projekt on OS X. It was based on the fantasy novel series The Witcher by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, so stay tuned and don't go away, because The Witcher Remake will be open world, plus The Witcher 3 adding fan favorites 7 years later, plus The Witcher 4's game director has been leaked. First up, what will an open world version of The Witcher look like? We're about to find out. The upcoming remake of 2007's The Witcher will move to the open world, resulting in significant changes to the original game. Projekt Red has recently confirmed that the upcoming remake of The Witcher will be a skillfully crafted reimagining of the original game. And the game developer released a statement saying that the game will be a story-driven, single-player, open-world RPG, a modern reimagining of 2007's The Witcher. The original game came out 8 years before The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, but only allowed games the opportunity for limited exploration of the environment. Loading screens separated The Witcher's various locations, and the game was much different than the modern open-world genre games we see today. Projekt Red's announcement further explained, "We want to ensure that the game is created with the utmost care and attention to detail. Therefore, while we are excited to share the news with you, we want to ask you for patience, as it will be a while until we start talking about this project in detail." Projekt Red has worked hard to recover from the damage caused by the release of Cyberpunk 2077 in December of 2020, which turned out to be a total disaster. Much of Projekt Red's renewed success can be attributed to the popularity of Netflix's anime Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which has been extremely well received by fans. Thanks to Edgerunner's popularity, millions of players returned to playing Cyberpunk 2077. Next up, is there a next generation update for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt? You bet! A next gen update to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt drops on December 14th, and it's free to anyone who currently owns the game. The update will add multiple quality of life improvements to the game, including graphic updates, ray tracing, and a photo mode. Game developers will also add a set of DLCs inspired by Netflix's The Witcher series that will give players new weapons and armor for Gerald and alternative looks for some characters. Projekt Red announced that the RPG is coming to PS5, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X with new content and several enhancements and improvements. Projekt Red recently surprised fans with news that cross-save is being implemented, which is a big deal for those playing the game across multiple platforms. One fan and gamer recently posted a review on Twitter saying, "I love that cross-save feature is also implemented in the Witcher 3 update. It's great just to resume playing on a different platform and not worry about having different playthroughs or trying to manually somehow import those saves." Another fan impressed with the updates wrote, "Cross-save announced for The Witcher 3. That is all I needed to hear. Thank God. Transmog would have been super appreciated, but that's fine. Cross saves are way more important for me going between PS5 and Steam Deck." Up next, who's directing The Witcher 4? You're about to find out. We're happy to announce that the new game director of The Witcher 4 has been officially confirmed. In a recent tweet, newly appointed director Sebastian Kalemba said he'll be directing the 3-game trilogy. Kalemba's Twitter post read, "Career news. I'm directing the new Witcher saga. Since joining Projekt Red, I believe nothing is impossible, and raising the bar, telling emotional stories, and creating worlds is what we're here for." According to his LinkedIn profile, Kalemba joined Projekt Red in October of 2014. Kalemba was the lead animator for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Cyberpunk 2077 before being promoted to the head of animation position for the entire company. Before being appointed game director in October, Kalemba spent 15 months as a creative director. All 3 games in the new Witcher trilogy are planned to be released within 6 years after the first installment drops, and you can also expect a Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, the new trilogy of the Witcher games, plus some awesome Witcher spin-offs, and wait, I'm not done, Projekt Red's first original IP. What do you think? Are you happy with the direction of the Witcher franchise? What feedback, if any, do you have for Projekt Red? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop those comments below. Stay tuned and don't disappear, because we're about to reveal the best action RPGs you must play if you love The Witcher. Next up, are you ready for Elden Ring? Let's find out. If you're a Witcher fan, you must check out Elden Ring if you haven't already. The game has seen an explosion of success in a way that Dark Souls games never quite achieved. Elden Ring is set in a vast world that you'll be super stoked to explore, and it essentially leaves players to their own devices as they venture out into the unknown in search of the Great Runes. Not surprisingly, your journey will be tremendously difficult. Although similar to The Witcher 3, some aspects of Elden Ring are different. For example, Elden Ring's combat, lore presentation, and pacing are not the same as The Witcher 3. However, with that said, when it comes to action open world RPGs, both The Witcher 3 and Elden Ring are game changers, and the experiences they deliver to fans are tough to beat. Another game you need to try if you're a fan of The Witcher 3 is Planescape Torment. The game features what is known as static combat, and it's considered a true action RPG classic. The Witcher 3 is largely considered the standard for quality writing in RPGs, but before that, Planescape Torment set the standard. Perhaps what's most impressive about Planescape Torment is its plot, world building, and dialogue. Planescape Torment is still a must-play RPG and one of the best ever extensions of the Dungeons & Dragons universe. Up next, what do you get when you combine anime visuals, party-based combat, and a fantasy setting with a dash of sci-fi? You get Xenoblade Chronicles 3. On the surface, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 doesn't have much in common with The Witcher, but a few striking similarities emerge upon closer inspection. For instance, both games deliver well-written stories within massive worlds primarily defined by political turmoil and strife. Like The Witcher 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 devotes much time and effort to exploring its main characters and their relationships. But Xenoblade Chronicles 3's biggest strength is its ability to immerse players in a fully realized setting drenched in history, conflict, and nuance. And that's why you should add the game to your gaming playlist. The combat system takes some time to reveal its full depth and functionality, but as you progress through the game's lengthy campaign, it slowly starts to reveal all of its features. Another game that will certainly get your frontal cortex working overtime is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Generally speaking, Assassin's Creed games are perfect for gamers seeking epic adventures. However, Odyssey takes the prize when it comes to games like The Witcher 3 because it marked the point when Ubisoft's series fully embraced more traditional role-playing elements. With Odyssey, dialogue options and branching paths are integrated into the storyline, and the open world is enormous and blends history with fiction. In the end, what you're left with in Odyssey is a landscape filled with spectacular vistas, and it's clear that the developers paid great attention to the details. I don't want to say that Assassin's Creed Odyssey is quite on The Witcher 3's level, but its story is solid and so is the combat. Finally, does the Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning excel in areas that The Witcher 3 does not? Kingdoms of Amalur is similar to The Witcher 3, but its story is a bit uninspired compared to The Witcher 3. But Amalur gets bonus points for its smooth combat, fast pace, flexibility, and creativity. The protagonist lacks Gerald's personality, but thanks to the Kingdom of Amalur's customization capabilities, you're given plenty of room to create your own hero. The Witcher 3 and Kingdoms of Amalur both take place in mesmerizing fantasy settings that are visually mind-blowing, but you'll immediately notice that Amalur's world is much more colorful than The Witcher. If you're looking for an action-heavy RPG, Kingdoms of Amalur is the game you want. Moving on now to another must-have game that deserves a place in your collection is Greedfall. In this game, you're a noble emissary exploring a mostly undeveloped island. Greedfall offers a large, expansive, and dynamic map for you to spend countless hours exploring, and its third-person view combines a range of melee weapons and firearms, giving this ARPG a unique feel that Witcher fans will love. Oh, and did I mention that Greedfall offers a ton of cool original monsters to slay? You can even romance various companions along the way, build diplomatic relations with powerful politicians, and bring peace to the divided factions inhabiting the game's vibrant land. That's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to our channel. See ya!